Hey, welcome back to Backlog Kids. Today we're gonna take a look at the 1/144th scale Hyaku Shiki from Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta, piloted by Quattro Bageena. So this kit is the revived version, meaning this already had a kit before, but now it's updated and better than ever. And like all of the kits that got revived, this kit is definitely worth your shelf space. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So again, if you're gunning for this particular version of the kit, make sure to pick this one up with a cool box art. Really nice illustration of the Hyaku Shiki here slicing up some funnels done by Morishita Naochika. Cubele over there definitely not happy about that. Fun fact, Hyaku Shiki literally translates to Type 100. If you are interested, old versions of the kit will be popping in the screen right about now. As you can see, mine has the red Bandai logo, which means you can still see the standard retail price on the side, marked at 1800 yen. Along this side, you see a CG render of it, heading toe-to-toe with the Cubele. This kit also predates the English translation that Bandai is doing for the latest kits, so no translations here. And on the other side of the box, you'll see the painted up version and the gimmicks for this kit. It is worth noting that there is a gold-plated version of this kit, but unfortunately, it's a Gundam-based exclusive, so prepare to fork out a lot of cash if you want that. Moving on to the manual, as you can see, it comes with your typical Universal Century aesthetic, with Hyaku Shiki looking great standing there. Inside, you can see more info about the mobile suit itself and the loadout included in the box. And on the back, you can have a closer look at the gimmicks and the battle scene. Oh, and the color guide if you're planning to paint your kit. Now onto the kit itself. First thing you're gonna notice is that this has the mold injection gold that the gunpla community dislikes. But for this kit in particular, the color really came out great in my opinion compared to the other kits that had gold parts. Of course, it would be better if it was gold plated. But the thing I dislike about those is that they are fingerprint magnets, which is not great if you like posing your kits, like myself. The proportions for this kit is very nice, with the body slimmed down and made longer compared to the line art and the original kit. This kit does have a nice amount of details all over it, and has a sort of inner frame for the limbs, making it feel pretty solid when handling. One thing to take note is that tiny antenna in the head is easy to detach, so recommend gluing it in place so you don't lose it. Seam lines for this kit are well hidden. You'll have to look really close to find them as they've been hidden away as panel lines. As you can see, we just have a tiny sticker sheet, only having sticker wraps for the eyes, the sensors, and the tiny details on the shoulders. The stickers for the shoulders you can do without, as it already has a separate maroon plastic underneath, and you'll barely notice the black detail anyway. You probably have noticed that there are 3 options for the eye sensors to choose from. The classic black shades, red sensors, and a sort of scanning mode for the eyes. For me, as you can see, it's the black shades all the way. If you've noticed, there is a plain silver sticker on the sticker sheet. The reason for that being is the eye sensor is actually a clear part. So if you want to custom paint yours, you can color the clear part and put the silver sticker underneath for it to be more visible. The navy blue on the torso really looks nice, and so does the warm gray. If you look closely, you'll see some nice maroon parts for the tubings and accent details in the limbs, breaking up the gold. Really love how subtle these are, and glad that Bandai decided to make this using plastic parts, given how really small they are. Only downside here is that the beam rifle is entirely made out of grey plastic instead of having some bits of blue and gold for the tubing. I don't really mind personally, as it does still look good even if it's just all in grey. This is pretty much the standard for HG though. They also included a decal for the kanji of Hyaku for the shoulders. They're not water slides by the way, but again, that's expected for an HG kit. Another great thing about this kit is that it is undergated, meaning the nubs are placed underneath the surface so you won't really see them. Of course, this is due to the eventual release of the gold-plated version, but it's still amazing that they did this to a high grade, considering undergating was only ever done on the real grades, master grades, and perfect grades. For the accessories, you'll get your standard beam rifle with some very nice details. For this one, it doesn't need a trigger finger hand like other kits have, and can instead be held by a standard holding hand. Also included in this kit is the clay bazooka that you can store on either side of the backpack through the attachment points. The handle can fold out like this, and can also be held by the standard holding hands. Just like the beam rifle, the clay bazooka has some really nice details along itself. This kit also comes with 2 beam saber hilts stored at the back skirt, and comes with yellow beam saber effect parts. I just love it when the hilts are stored somewhere else other than the backpack. And lastly, included in this kit are 2 really nice closed fists, great for making those dynamic action poses. Overall, we have a nice amount of accessories here, and definitely glad that they decided to include the closed fist, as this really adds to the look when posing your kits. One thing missing from the Hyaku Shiki's arsenal is the Mega Bazooka launcher, which, you've guessed it, is a Bandai exclusive. There was an old kit that was sold that bundled the original HGUC Hyaku Shiki with the Mega Bazooka launcher, but not sure if it's the same as the separate Bandai one. Kind of strange that they released that bundle before in retail, but decided to release the latest one in Bandai. Anyways, if you know what's the difference between the two, let us know in the comments. On to the articulation. Head is on the ball joint, but it's a bit hard to move around due to the collar hitting the parts of the head. Head can also tilt up and down with a decent amount of range. Nice ab crunch in the torso, and can rotate a full 360 on the waist. It is on the ball joint, so it can tilt side to side. Arms can move out forward, and is also in the ball joint. Shoulder armor can move out, so the arm can go all the way to the side. Bicep can rotate 360, and a nice double joint in the elbow. Hands are in your standard ball joint. On the backpack, binders are connected in the ball joint and peg, so you can raise or lower each one. Binders are also articulated on their own, and can fold like this. Front skirts were joined, but can be separated. Side skirts can go up and down, like this. Legs can kick all the way front, but not backwards because of the back skirts. It does have a nice tilt mechanic for more range of motion for the legs. Legs can also do the full splits, a bit of a thigh swivel. Very nice double jointed knee for that full bend. Feet can go up and down like this, and is also in a ball joint. For size comparison, here it is side to side with the HG RX-78 Beyond Global version. As you can see, the Hyaku Shiki is a bit taller than a standard Gundam, as the mobile suit designs start to become larger on Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta. And here it is with the Heavy Weapon System's new Gundam without the funnels. The Hyaku Shiki might be a bit bigger than your average Gundam, but it's still no match for Japan's favorite Gundam. So overall, this kit is definitely one you should include in your collection. The kit simply is fantastic. The design and proportions are stylish, great color separation, and is super poseable. The only deal breaker for some, I would think, will be how the gold plastic will look like. But even then, you can just paint the gold pieces with your preferred tint of gold if you didn't like it. And there is also the optional gold-plated version. Again, personally, I think the gold plastic looks great, and is good enough to just leave as is. 100% recommend this for anyone eyeing it, especially fans of the design. So that's it for the review, but before you go, here's some B-roll. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, and if you didn't, give it a down, and let us know why in the comment sections. Consider subscribing if you like what we do, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss a video. Join us again next time for another Backlog Kits review.